This story is about CNN. It's just coming from Truth Out. Truth Out decided to look into CNN's coverage. All CNN Gaza coverage seen by Bureau monitored by IDF before publication. So the IDF is the Israeli Defense Force. So the words, certain words were taboo in his newsroom. You know, certain perspectives, certain narratives, certain ideas, certain footage was reviewed by the IDF before publication. And if the IDF doesn't like it, it ain't going out. So all this say that you see CNN offer people who are commentators who seem to be pro-Palestine or seem to be questioning some of the actions in Israel, right? If you understand what controlled opposition is when you put someone out there who in every way appears to be on your side, in every way, says all the right things, does all the right things, but they're there just for one purpose. Prime example. Take someone like, and I don't want to throw any rocks. I'm just using an example. I'm not saying that he is this, but just hypothetical. Someone like Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton says all the right things in terms of black empowerment, in terms of helping black people, helping the black community, right? He says all the right stuff. But then when it comes to certain things like reparations, well, he supports a study. With certain things, he tells black people, hey, just vote. Don't worry about everything else. That's the fascinating part, right? That is what someone who you might consider to be controlled opposition would do. And CNN pretended to be, pro-Palestine and all that stuff. That is controlled opposition because they're actually controlled by the IDF, as you can see. Truth Out, they have a long history of putting out stories like this, hard-hitting journalism. And that's why I wanted to cover this case here, because this is fascinating. CNN has for years maintained a policy of running all of its coverage on Israel and Palestine, including its recent Gaza coverage, past its bureau in Jerusalem, where it is subject to the censorship policy set by Israel's military, according to a new report by The Intercept. The Jerusalem CNN staff who review the reporting do so under the watchful eye of the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF, which, as The Intercept has previously reported, is maintaining strict media bans around the words genocide in Gaza, including censorship of topics and stories that may be embarrassing to the IDF. All of the reporters in Israel must sign an agreement to abide by such rules set by the IDF, and Israel has reportedly censored thousands of news stories since the beginning of the current massacre in Gaza. Wow. So people are saying CNN is balanced coverage, and ever since the mishap with Chris Cuomo and Andrew Cuomo, I don't see how you can see that. In case you don't remember that, you had basically a CNN anchor, Chris Cuomo, who was a brother of New York Mayor Andrew Cuomo. I believe he was the governor. I believe, and Andrew Cuomo, man, he had a problem. Scandal after scandal, and Chris Cuomo, he kept running interference for Andrew Cuomo in the media, and Chris Cuomo just so happened to work for CNN. So after you see something like that, and it happened recently, you can't really call CNN fair or balanced. They haven't been fair or balanced for quite some time, and I mean that. They haven't been fair or balanced in quite some time. In practice, this means that coverage of Israel and Palestine has a strong pro-Israel bias, as one anonymous staff member explained to The Intercept. So basically, the long and the short of it is, if you understand war, and I'm a war veteran, and I think Mama Gator, I believe, are you the black woman who trains the Belgian Malinois? I'm not sure. I think that's you. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But if not, shout out to her and shout out to you too. But I serve in the military, and I understand that if you want to win a war, you don't just win a war with boots on the ground. You win a war with information. And Israel, you know, in the Israeli Defense Force, especially some of their intelligence apparatuses, they are masters of controlling information and also manipulating information. That is not me capping. That's not me making up anything. That is a fact. That is something that even Israel will tell you that they are capable of. So now that you're seeing this, right, do you think that it's just CNN? You think maybe it's MSNBC? Certainly Fox News. Fox News, Israel ain't got even to ask Fox News. They probably offer themselves for this. Do you think maybe perhaps that it's not just the media? It's some of your NGOs or your non-government organizations? Do you think that it's some of your social media companies that censor you whenever you talk too much about this? Because I have to be careful about some of the things that I say. Do you think there's a potential reason for that? I'm just asking questions. Because I'm a journalist, so I have to ask these questions. I'm asking you the question, the audience. Do you think there's a reason why some of the coverage on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and every other, you know, network out there, even social media companies, and some in terms of their official statements, do you think there's a reason why it's been universal in terms of support for one side over the other? Potentially, is there a reason for that? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments.